My name is David Packhouse. I'm 22 years old, and I'm an international arms dealer. 6 months ago, I was a massage therapist at Miami Beach.
Sorry, it fell.
And now, here I was with my best friend from junior high.
I think you should come work for me.
I'm against this war.
This isn't about being pro-war. This is about being pro-money. Ephram, you know, is a very bombastic, flamboyant, kind of manipulative, shady, charming kind of guy. And I think all those qualities are very like juxtapositional or juxtaposing, one of those two words. They're very opposite qualities. And so you have to kind of meld them was a really, you know, that was the challenge that I was interested in the most.
And kind of following up on what you were saying before, David is a more kind of...
Well, I think he's loyal. I think at that point he's vulnerable because his own private enterprises haven't really worked out. So I think, yeah, he's very impressionable. In the beginning of the movie, he's kind of stuck. But yeah, I think David shows such a loyalty to Ephram from the fact that they're, you know, really good friends growing up. And he also wants to provide for his family. You know, that's something that I think is really driving him. It's not so much greed. I think it can get kind of diluted a little bit, but for the most part, it's just about being able to provide.
Well, you know, who are David and Ephram is not as big of a concern to me as who is Jonah and Miles as they inhabit David and Ephram. Because when you're making a movie like this, you're not making Lincoln. You know, you're not making something where you have to be historically accurate to everybody knows what Lincoln looks like. We've seen his photo and paintings and what have you. We were able to color this in a way, and that's what based on a true story means. It's not a documentary. You're able to color it in a way that I think can be really appealing, and the characters, the actors are able to inhabit and bring what they want to bring to the characters.
I play a guy named Henry, who's an arms dealer who has been banned from doing work with the U.S. military because he's on a terrorist watch list. And he has access to a tremendous amount of ammunition that they need in order to solidify a deal.
Hey, seriously, is this safe, driving to Baghdad?
Yes, very safe. 50-50.
50-50, what, like 50% we live, 50% we die?
Yes, that's why we drive through night. It's much safer.
How much safer?
50-50.
Bro, what the? Obviously he doesn't know what 50-50 means.
Both Jonah Hill and Miles Teller I'm big fans of, but I'd never worked with. Jonah I've become friends with over the years and just sort of in awe of the work that he's compiled. He's very dexterous. And Miles, I actually auditioned with. I just thought he was incredible. And then obviously Whiplash revealed him to the world. So we're lucky that we got him to be in this movie. And he's a perfect David.
How did two 20-something young men land a $300 million Pentagon contract?
You told me you guys were selling bed sheets.
I also told you that we were selling other stuff too.
I thought you meant pillows.
Cheney's America!
Yeah, I think the director's main job is to capture tone, and Todd did a really great job because, you know, it's not a comedy, especially like his other comedies, or, you know, it's definitely more of a drama, but it has really funny moments because these guys are putting themselves in really insane positions and making some really bad decisions. So while it's a dramatic story, there's lots of laughs throughout, but they come from more of a place of, you know, the authenticity of what's happening and the authenticity of the characters.
Well, I would explain it as real life. I mean, how often do you have a day that is fully dramatic, and how often do you have a day that is fully comedic? When you're doing something that's real life, in other words, every day is tonally shifts, right? So it's about, with comedies, you generally just make everything funny, and that means it's a comedy. But when you're doing something that feels a little realer, you want it to mimic everyday life, and oftentimes horrible things happen to you, but there's also a funny side to it, or something fun, you know. So that, you're right in the, it was different for me tonally, but that was what made it exciting to kind of tackle.
$100 million
million rounds of AK-47 ammo, he can fill the whole order.
I'm barred from doing any business with the U.S. government. I'm on a watch list.
You're on a terrorist watch list? Do you work for Homeland Security? Relax, bro. This is the job, to do business with the people the U.S. government can't do business with directly.
You know, Bradley's one of my best friends. Ever since we started the Hangover movies, we just clicked in a real way. And to have him as a filmmaking partner on this, as a producer, was kind of invaluable. He's somebody, even before we started working together, I would show him drafts of things I work on. He shows me scripts he's thinking about acting in. We just sort of share a taste in movies and in things that interest us. So we were always going to each other for feedback. So it was great having him there.
The thing about Todd, and the thing that I've always admired, is you can't really pin him down, which is kind of incredible given that he made a trilogy of comedy movies. He really is somebody that is constantly striving to grow, and he is without question an auteur filmmaker. So this actually feels like very much a natural step in his evolvement, him evolving as a director.
We're on the verge of making $300 million. Is that legal? It's not illegal.
I'm not a bad man, but in certain situations, I have to ask myself, what would a bad man do?
Is this safe, driving to Baghdad?
Very safe. 50-50.